Episode 80 of WWE, Die Wash saw Bayley join the Instagram livestream. She is scheduled to challenge Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title at Extreme Rules in a ladder match. Bayley said if she wins the title, she wants to defend the belt against Candice LeRae, who returned to WWE this past Monday. Well, you know who would be number one, I guess? Candice LeRae is who I would defend the Raw Women's title against if I win at Extreme Rules. She's not really there fully mentally, and that's the only reason Candice was able to get the upper hand, is because Nikki is going through a lot. But Candice LeRae, I know she's gonna walk in here and think that she's gonna take over this division because she's super popular and she is trending, and I hyped her up a lot so she can thank me. I mean, I probably got her job back, let's be honest. I tweeted about her so much. For this year's Survivor Series, WarGames is replacing the traditional Raw vs SmackDown theme. Bayley said she prefers WarGames and would add Rhea Ripley and Tamina to Damage CTRL's trio for the match. I am gonna go with Rhea Ripley, Bayley said when asked who she would want to join Damage Control in a WarGames match. Doesn't seem like she has any fear right now, and I like it, and I am going to take Tamina. Nobody meaner, and she has the most experience. She's got literally nothing to lose. I would much rather do WarGames than Champion vs Champion, because that's something I've never done before, and I want to do everything in the WWE, so I would definitely want to do WarGames instead. No offense to Liv, Morgan, or Ronda Rousey. While Bayley was recovering from injury, she shared that one of the biggest moments for her as it relates to WWE was Liv Morgan winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. Well, I did watch the WWE product when I was injured, and that's when I realized things needed help, you know. And how many people were kind of just coasting and really didn't take advantage of the opportunities at hand, and that's why Damage Control had to come do what we're doing. But during my time off, I don't know, I guess one of the biggest surprises or one of the biggest moments for me when I was hurt was Liv Morgan winning the title, and I feel like that was a long time coming, so watching her journey to get to that was fun to do. She went on to speak about her recovery from the torn ACL and detailed that process. She recalled moments when she hesitated with trusting her body again. The hardest part of my injury recovery was probably towards the end of it. The beginning, I was enjoying the time off. I was just trying to stay focused to not lose my mind at home, and even as the time went longer than I expected, it was when I started to learn how to get back in the ring and learn how to jump again. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be, and the ring hurt so much. My body thought I was done wrestling, and when I got back in, my body was telling my mind, "What are you doing? Why are you still doing this? I thought we were done with this?" Bayley smiled. And learning how to run the ropes again and just getting in there and rolling around was really difficult and super humbling, because I didn't think it would be as hard as it was. It was weird just walking again and them being like, "You're not putting your foot in front of the other foot correctly," or I was favoring the leg a lot. I had a lot of trust issues with myself on that, so I would always get in trouble at point. They're just like, "No, trust your body. It's fine, you're prepared. You're not gonna hurt it again," and that was a little hard too. There's a feature story on WAZ, Westdeutsche Allgemeine Zeitung, about WWE's Ludwig Kaiser. The Imperium member was asked about a rumor that Vince McMahon was beginning to lose interest in him and Gunther. He's never heard that and said they've been satisfied since arriving to SmackDown. I don't know anything about the rumors that Vince McMahon was losing interest in Gunther and or myself. It's also usually the case that we don't let it get to us like that. From our side, we have been totally satisfied since we started on SmackDown. We've had a great reception there. The feedback has been positive right from the start. We can't complain about our TV time either. When you look at what we've done in a few months, even with Gunther's Intercontinental Championship title, it speaks for itself. Of course, there are always rumors here and there, but a lot of it is just not true. He did weigh in on McMahon's resignation as chairman and CEO of WWE. He's glad he got to work with Vince and added that it was a good collaboration. His Vince McMahon resignation was unimaginable. There had not been rumors about it before. He's an absolute revolutionary, a visionary, especially when it comes to streaming things like the WWE Network. Great for us that we still had the chance to work with him. That was also a close, good collaboration in recent weeks. At Clash at the Castle, Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci accompanied Gunther to the ring for his Intercontinental title defense. He described being in front of that audience as gnarly and surreal. "I used to do that in a North German gym in front of 20 people. A few years later, you're standing there in a packed rugby stadium, seeing your head on this huge video cube." Kaiser hails from Germany, and he is a former world champion and tag team champion for the WA promotion. He said those were some of the best years of his life, and he owes a lot to people there. I grew up wrestling there and have completely improved. I owe a lot to those guys. Those were some of the best years of my life. Now there are guys in the squad, some of whom I helped train back then. For the Rot und Flot guys, Michael Schenkenberg and Nikita Charisma, I am happy that they can now show what they've got. I've known Vincent Heisenberg for a long time from early training sessions. I am also really happy that Michael Knight is doing a lot there now. He was also one of my best friends, with whom I traveled a lot and who was always much too good for me to only perform in front of 50 people. Leon Van Gasteren, also one of my best friends, still does something at WA. The subject of the latest episode of Gentleman Villain with William Regal was NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way from 2014. Kenta made his debut at that show and Regal looked back at that stretch of Kenta's career. Regal expressed that he gets along great with Kenta, but one must be careful with what they wish for because the situation might not be a fit. He added that the former Hideo Itami asked to go to WWE. I thought Kenta, was excellent. He was a huge influence to a lot of the wrestlers of his time period. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, he was a huge influence. Everybody has a different story. It's not my story to tell. I do know that if you're having to carry the weight of a company on your shoulders, which he was in Japan, what I can say is we've talked a little bit about. I get on great with Kenta, but you gotta know what you're getting into.